wrong. I think I'm saying it wrong. This is, I think, Amethyst, I'm saying it wrong. But it says Best New Shonen Manga of 2024.
Artex, when you draw a circle, it never stops, right?
I guess not. Depends. But this is the best new shonen manga of 2024, so we'll hear what they have to say. They have 469 subscribers. If you guys like their commentary or case may be, give them a follow and like. I like to show off the little guy as best as I can when it comes to these manga recommendators or anime analyzers and all that stuff. I think I find their commentary is very interesting and fun, whether about art, the manga, anime recommendations. I try to give them a shine throughout my reactions as best as I can. So, yeah.
New series every year, and in this video, I'll be talking about my top 5 picks for this year. Astro Baby by Shirio Moriya is weird to say the least. The manga opens with a little boy looking at a man eating his wife. Yes, a quiet town of North Hill has been put in lockdown to prevent the spread of a mysterious virus called Cooper. This virus emerged from a meteorite that crashed in North Hill. Currently, it has influenced 1,000 to 10,000 people, but it is not a contagious disease. Also, Cooper is a pathogen with a core, which means the number of cores is the number of Coopers. So there is only a finite number of Coopers. In short, yes, there is a way.
The angle that punch was absolutely perfect, Sparkles.
For humanity to end this virus. We are following Billy, who is just 16 but still is a soldier working in the North Hill, and he's here for love. You see Ellie, a scientist who used to play with him when he was a kid and later lived with him in the same apartment for a while, is giving birth to a baby. Her ex-husband ran away after she got pregnant, so he's here to support her. They meet and go to Ellie's place to have lunch. She's working on a vaccine to kill Cooper, but currently she's on maternity leave. Because of this, the vaccine research is on hold and everyone is giving up on a cure, which obviously makes her think she should have just aborted the baby. Billy comforts her by giving his reassurance and says he'll always be on her side. But then suddenly he proposed to Ellie? He is 16 and she's a divorced woman. Amidst all this drama, Ellie's water broke and the baby is coming. They quickly go to a hospital, but after admitting Ellie, another meteorite falls on the town. The hospital shatters as Billy rushes to protect Ellie. She has already given birth, but the post-birth medications and treatments were not done yet. She was losing a lot of blood. As Billy tries to stop the blood leakage, Ellie bites him. Her feet hardens as she kicks him away. She has turned into a Cooper. Because of the shockwave the meteorite created, it caused a chemical reaction, forming amino acids. Billy takes out his gun, but even he knows he can't shoot Ellie. She goes in to bite Billy, but is suddenly pulled back as the baby says, "I'll save you, so you save me." And the chapter ends. Yeah, the baby just spoke. It turns out Coopers are more than just some pathogens. I am enjoying the hell out of this manga. I started reading this for the video but ended up reading all the 11 chapters released at the time of recording. The unsettling setting the story revolves around, the weird and dark themes it portrays with some light-hearted comedy pinched in, make it a well-balanced read throughout. I highly recommend this one. Kyokuto Necromance, written and drawn by Fusai Naba, is what I think is aiming to be the next big thing in the industry. Its plot, at least so far, is elementary and filled with action. Just give it some great animation and boom, we have our new shonen hit. Koro Uno's parents are dead, so he lives alone with his grandma, Umeko Uno. One day, Umeko suddenly trips down on the floor and weird Pokemon-looking thing starts to appear. Koro thinks he's just seeing things and immediately gets his grandma hospitalized. Fortunately, it wasn't anything serious and Umeko is back to normal. Continuing his school life, he notices a huge crowd outside the school's campus, and it turns out that a popular novelist has come to his school specifically for him. The suspicious guy is Yoji Amane, who takes Koro on a car ride to discuss business with him. Yoji claims Koro's dad sent him here and his goal is to protect the kid and his grandma. They also talk about a ring that Koro got from his dad. These rings can summon Shirios. They are also called death spirits, which are creatures that devour souls, bringing death upon people. And guess what? The weird Pokemon looking things that showed up when his grandma tripped are actually these spirits. Karo panics and calls his grandma, but he notices her on a road crossing bridge being attacked by Shiryos. He rushes towards her and Yoji tries to stop him, but he can't, so he warns Karo to not rile up the Shiryos. But again, his smartass decides to just go in for an attack, only to get brutally punched in the face. And now he is scared. He knows the Shiryo is going to kill him, but as he notices the spirit trying to eat Grandma's soul, he locks in and summons his Shiryo from the ring. He remembers the promise he made to his dad of always protecting himself and his...
Wait, is this JoJo? Is that a stand? Bro, just pulling a stand? Is that what that is?
Are you an enemy stand user?
Are you an enemy stand user? Like, they're gonna answer that question, yes. Like, I never understood that part of the song. Are you an enemy stand user? Like, you call me an enemy, you think I'm gonna tell you yes?
That was Josuke that said that.
Did he?
He's the most hated one, I believe.
Oh.
Other than the
Ryaga
girl
Samurai. Close enough, lol.
Close enough. That's what it feels like to me. It's not like an enemy stand user. Just to let you know, baby, we're doing reactions. So if you want to hear what we're doing or seeing what we're listening to, that's why it's so quiet. You can come over here on YouTube, regular YouTube, and watch what we're reacting to. We're doing anime recommendations. So if you want to hear that or be part of that, come over here on YouTube. Not YouTube Shorts, but the YouTube, regular YouTube, horizontal. So...
grandma. But the reality is that right now he's too weak and the Shiryo starts to regenerate. Eventually Yoji had to come in clutch and save the day. He explains the rings are capable of trapping Shiryos inside through a spell and shows him how to hunt a Shiryo. He chops down the Shiryo in pieces and feeds it to his Shiryo, Chitari. This is what necromancers do. We found out Karo's dad requested Yoji to protect them, but Karo thought his dad wanted him to take care of his grandma on his own. So he asked Yoji to let him become a necromancer as well, as this was his way of protecting his grandma.
There's not a lot of anime. I don't think there's a lot of anime that focus on necromancy a lot. They usually are villains or some type of, I guess, anti-hero to a certain extent, but there's not a lot of like animes that focus on necromancy per se. There'll be characters who will be probably practicing that very thing, but you never have anyone doing like necromancy stuff as a main character. So that's kind of different to a certain extent. They're usually some form of exorcist type character, like a Soul Reaper or a Jujutsu Kaisen, or probably something you can see like from Blue Exorcist. It's always an exorcism type character. It's never like someone who's, instead of exorcising ghosts or demons, they're not taking control of said demons. I can't think of any.
Ryaga Samurai.
If I can think of
True,
them.
the only one I know is Sung Jin.
Sung Jin? Let me see. Wait. Sung Jin? Where is that from? Sung Jin. I probably know what you're talking about. I'm probably having a brain fart.
Yeah, this is your typical box standard shonen, but over the years I've just come to accept that most shonen manga are going to follow the same cliche structure that works well for them, and that ain't all that bad. To be honest, I do sometimes want to just turn my brain off and enjoy the crazy action and hype fights.
Okay, yeah, no, you're right. He did get the ability to, I don't know, he did get the ability to have necromancy powers, but I'm not going to count that too much because that was just an ability he just happened to get. I'm talking about the main primary power is necromancy, right? So like if you gain a power of necromancy or some form of it, I'm not going to count that too much. It's like in Jujutsu Kaisen, they use curses against curses. Like that's the whole like point of it. So in this show, it's about necromancy, I guess. I guess that's what it's about.
There's one anime character I can't remember.
No, the show has
show?
Yeah, the show has to focus on the premise on that, not you have an ability to do such.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, because like that's like you know how they have like Soul Reapers and they have soul spiritual pressure and all that stuff.
Ryaga Samurai. You mean as a main ability?
Yeah, like the main ability, the main concept, like chakra for ninjutsu, soul spiritual pressure from Bleach, soul resonance like in Soul Eater. So like It's kind of like that. This, I feel like you bought this stuff,
This happens to be one of those mangas, and who knows down the line
so
it
I
will
can't
get
really think of an anime that focuses on just necromancy alone. That's kind of crazy.
more interesting.
Which is
and
funny because a lot of people don't like the idea of necromancy, given it's pretty much a stigma that comes with it.
Dark arts.
Because it is a dark art, to be honest. It is what it is, but
deep than what it is now. Psych House by Omusuke Kobayashi is
Ryoga
more
Samurai.
on the wholesome
Oh,
side.
never
It's
mind. You
kinda
mean just
like
a power system.
yeah, like a power system in general, not like just a ability they happen to have. It has to be like part of the power system structure, the foundation type stuff.
a slice of life shonen. Nemurisuya is a transfer student who is late on the very first day of his new school. During
that
the
sound
lunch
like a
break,
copy
he
of
goes around asking people if they have heard of any supernatural occurrences like things randomly disappearing. Kotane and her friends are also asked this
Ryoga
survey,
Samurai.
and one girl tells
that's
how
new for me.
food keeps
Yeah,
disappearing
that's why I felt like that was a little bit different. But the stand part, I was like, okay, this is a JoJo thing to a certain extent,
off the shelves in a convenience store.
or a Shaman King thing.
Nemuru takes this lead and goes on to investigate the store, where he again meets Kotane, who is struggling to buy food worth just 100 yen. Nemuru asks her to join him in investigating these supernatural activities, but she quickly refuses and leaves without buying
Because
anything.
if I remember right, I think the Japanese tend to categorize shows like Jujutsu Kaisen, Blue Exorcist, and Bleach as, I think that's the term. The term is just exorcist animes. That's what they refer to them as. So I always wondered what. I think Shaman King falls under this too because it has to do with this like ghosts and spirituality to a certain extent. So I don't know if like shows like Jujutsu Kai JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is even considered a exorcism type anime, because I don't think it's about exorcism. It's just which stand is much more insane enough to use against another stand given the situation. It doesn't feel like it's about exercising any spirits, if any at all. It's more like how ridiculous can we go with this. So I don't know what it's actually considered under that moniker of genre.
Ryoga
Which
Samurai.
seems suspicious
What
to
about
Nemuru.
Kakashi?
We learn
Yeah, that's with what's his name? Yoshi Tori, I think his name.
Toshi?
No, Yoshi. What's his name from
Yoshi Master?
no from Kakashi? Remember the show with the
Kakashi?
yeah? Remember the show with the two? It was a show about two middle schoolers. I think they're high schoolers. One's a girl, one's a boy. After school, they have to stay at the school for a certain amount of time to look for any spirits that resides at the school.
They had
It was voiced by
yeah, they have familiars, and
I
there was
think
a
they
third
did.
boy that I'm not sure. If
They had
everybody
the staffs in
watched
their
it.
hand, and yeah, it was voiced by what's his name? Vic Mignogna. Vic Mignogna. I keep saying
It
his
used
name
to
wrong.
come on Toonami, right?
Yep.
They
Ryoga
never
Samurai.
finished it after the boy.
Yeah, the boy and girl protect the school from
From
evil spirits.
Yeah, anything with spirits in that sense, in a we must get rid of the spirit thing. That I think that's what the Japanese considered that anime to be, a exorcist anime. I think they outright call it exorcism animes.
Kotane's mom has been hospitalized for 6 months now, and Kotane is managing her life alone. Cutting back to the present, Kotane has escaped from Nemuru, and it is revealed that she is the one who is
I think D Gray Man, which I never really watched. I tried to, but I can
heard of
never.
this anime.
Hold
Unless
on.
you showed me it, and I don't know what this is.
Do this on the stream.
Does Ultraman count as well?
No.
He's destroying demons.
You've probably seen this thousands of times, but never watched it. Like this character. Right here.
Ryoga Samurai.
Wait, he has like a
White
Would you
hair.
consider them a Halloween anime?
Okay, yes, I've seen this.
Yes.
Not seen it, but I've seen of it.
I think anything that has to do with bump in the night type stuff usually has to do. I would consider like a Halloween anime.
This looks like.
But if it's like really Halloween themed, like that one comedy anime, which I don't remember what it's called, with the blue hair character who has a very terrible life but end up being at a demon school Halloween place, or like something like Soul Eater, I will consider it more Halloweenish because it really runs on the theme of the not of the supernatural, but more of the
Colonel.
no, more of the just the Halloween aesthetic. I think a little bit of Fire Force runs on that, but it runs more of religious ideology than it is on like Soul Eater. Soul Eater is more Halloween based. Basically, if you look most of the characters, it's very close to Halloween lore, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think in the first episode of Soul Eater, no, the first episode of Soul Eater, I think Maka and Soul was chasing after Jack the Ripper.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a bag over his head, and he was killing people. And it, like, just this theme alone looked like a Halloween town.
It was a steampunk Halloween kind of.
Yeah, no, that ain't steampunk. It was just literally just Halloween town meets X-Men?
No.
No?
No.
Ryaga Samurai. Yep.
Yeah.
Stealing
No.
food.
It's like Halloween meets Hogwarts.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Like a Hogwarts Halloween anime type thing. But magic is not barred.
Food from the store, as she has the power to teleport stuff. But Nemuru immediately caught up to her, and at first she tries to play it off, but he says he has the powers as well, and they are called psychs. Kotane thinks she won't be caught as no one will realize what she did, but Nemuru goes no and tells her the government is already aware of psychs and they can catch her. Kotane panics even more and she starts to run away, which
I know that mostly who's gonna watch this video wise, it's gonna probably have a hard time understanding what this person's saying because he has a heavy Indian
Ryaga
accent.
Samurai. I feel like Undead Unlucky is more like X-Man.
I don't want to disagree with you, Bri, but then again, I'm like, maybe I can't see it that way because I haven't passed episode 4 or 3. So
No, we passed episode 4.
I don't remember. It's been a while because like at the time I was watching it, it
was
didn't.
coming out in
Yeah, it was coming.
episodes.
Yeah, in weeks. So it should be done by now. I should go be able to watch it.
Yeah, we've seen episode 4.
Yeah. So like X-Men. I don't know. Like X-Men.
Well, I don't say X-Men. It's just unwanted powers from this point.
Ryaga Samurai.
Say
Maybe no. I'm not gonna disagree with you till I see the whole season. Then I'll say yes or no.
For some reason,
Because it's not fair for me to say yes or no, and then I'll be like,
he was right.
yeah, he was right. So
leads to this
of the show that they had on the CW.
show.
Yeah. You have to save the cheerleader, but the cheerleader can
Oh, Heroes.
Yeah, Heroes. There we go. It's just unwanted powers.
No, Heroes. Heroes is like.
It fell in on itself. So
No, it
hard.
collapsed with its own genius. That was the stupidness about Heroes. It was
Ryaga
just sucking
Samurai.
itself off.
It's completed for almost a year ago.
Yeah, I gotta go watch it.
The Dorara, they might have actually got somewhere.
Oh, you bring it up now. I'm just kind of like Hero. The Hero show was disappointing to a certain extent. It was cool, and then it just kind of it started sucking its own ass. Somehow it managed to do its own thing.
Ryaga Samurai. The season.
The season. Oh, okay, yeah. I'll get around to this. I will finish the season. I'm pretty sure it's on that website you gave me. If it's not, it'll be on VR chat.
very funny chase sequence ending with Nemuru using his psych, which allows him to adjust the size of anything to trap her in a bucket. Kotane breaks down and opens up about her gruesome situation.
Oh, I don't know if you remember this, Bri. When growing up back in the 2010s, there was a show called Heroes. It used to come on NBC.
Oh, it was NBC. Sorry.
No, it was or ABC or NBC. One of those two.
CW.
No, maybe it was on the CW. I don't know. It was a show called Heroes. It was basically X-Men, but not X-Men. It was a show about people getting powers out of nowhere.
Unwatchingly.
Yeah, and because there was this gene that was happening, which is technically just X-Men. I think of it now. And it was about save the world, save the cheerleader. You probably heard that once.
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
Because if you save the cheerleader, you save the world. Because she was the key to everything. when that was not even the truth. It was the main character, Peter. The dude name was named Peter. Oh my god, when I think of it now.
How she has no money to afford food as she is in huge
This
debt
was so on X-Men's ass and on Marvel.
trying to pay for her mother's hospital bills. She just does not know what to do. Nemu says that the reason he was doing all this was to find more people with psychs. It seems the government wants to research psychs, and for that, they have made a shared house accommodating all psych users they have found, and they also take care of other expenses.
I think not!
Like food, clothing, rent, and all as well. Nemuro explains how through this they can eventually find a psych user who can cure Kotane's mom. He also realized how throughout her entire life, Kotane had to do everything on her own and could not rely on anyone. So he wants her to rely on him and the others for help. That's his hope. The chapter ends with a glimpse of other psych users and the psych house where they will live their regular everyday lives together. I am loving this manga so far. It's just so heartwarming and wholesome. What drew me towards this was not the plot or the concept, but just the characters. They are also lovable and well written. I hope this does not get axed. Astro Royal is drawn and written by Ken Wakui. Sound familiar? Yes, cause he's the one who made Tokyo Revengers. That is why the art style and character designs are pretty much the same.
Yeah, I think we kind of saw this, not this video, but I think we saw this in a previous video from another creator. How I believe the person who made Tokyo, another person from. I believe the person who made Tokyo Revengers got pissed off because people was making fun of the art style, so he drew their necks extremely long just to be a dickhead. I think so, if I remember right. People were saying that the art style has fallen off, or the art has fallen off.
Haven't read it.
So he purposely drew the characters with giant long-ass necks for like no reason, just to piss off the fans even more, if I remember right.
LOL.
The necks was looking really abnormally long for like no reason, when it was not looking like that in the manga. I think that was the intention, to piss off fans, because he didn't like what they were saying online, so he just drew their necks extremely long in the future chapters. I think Tokyo Revengers is done. I think the anime is actually done, and I think the manga's done. But at the time, I think he purposely did it, if I remember right, just to piss off fans.
I remember noticing that, and I couldn't unsee it. LOL.
Yeah, it was hard to unsee these long, abnormally long necks on them. It was weird.
Yotsurugi deeply admires his father, Kongo Yotsurugi, because he was a kind guy who fought for people in need, and that is why everyone loved him. He motivated Hibaru to grow up and help the weak and stand up against the strong. He had a soft spot for orphans and adopted many into his family. The adopted children started pitching in with Kongo's work. They became the foundation of the gang and formed a bond stronger than blood, known as the Diamond Bond. We cut to the present, and Kongo is dead. Everyone believes that Shio Yotsurugi, the first adopted son and the family's underboss, shall take Kongo's place as the boss. But in his last words, Kongo...
The anime got one arc left and the manga is completed.
Okay.
Entrusts the family's future to Hibaru.
I just hope they don't incorporate the long necks in the last season.
The spear as the boss.
That would be such a dick move.
And a 12th adopted son, the shield, Terasu Yotsurugi, as the underboss. He gave them two pendants denoting a spear and shield respectively, symbolizing how they too can become one. So in his dad's funeral speech, Hibaru announces Terasu as the next boss of the family, which shocked everyone including Terasu, because Kongo wanted Hibaru to become the next boss. Hibaru explains how he wants to become a Yakuza, and the family threw away their beliefs and became just a cold organization along the way. And he's not gonna change his beliefs for anyone. So if he becomes the boss, the family is destined to split up. Suddenly, a meteor shower starts, and it is said that if you hold an item important to you and make a wish during the shower, your wish will come true. Hibaru wishes to become the strongest Yakuza ever. Then a meteor lands too close to the surface and destroys the entire city. We get this page of Hibaru floating in blank space as his pendant somehow connected him to the stars, and he's granted mastered the power of Astro. This sequence was a little weird and I didn't get what was going on, to be honest, but I'm sure it will be explained in the future. So Hibaru finds Terasu is pinned under a building, and in desperation he tries to blow up the building, punching it barehanded. Then he grabs the pendant and shouts at his dad for help. Kongo shows up in his subconscious and dictates him to turn that sincere heart into a bullet and shoot right through the building, which leads to the school sequence of Hibaru shattering this building. He saves Terasu but then faints immediately. As it's narrated, that day the world completely changed. It marked the end of peace as we knew it. Hibaru wakes up after 2 weeks to find out everyone now has the power of Astro, including his family who have seized control over food and essential items. Shio is now the dictator of the family as the gods chose him to have the powerful Astro. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Tokyo Revengers, especially in the later half, I still think Ken Wakui is cooking with this one. The plot is interesting and at least a little unique with good characters so far. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. And that's about it for this video. Hope you found some manga to read through this video. If you did, then tell me about it in the comments. Maybe we can have a discussion down there as well. Be safe, be nice, and I'll see you guys the next time. Goodbye.
Alright, so this was Amethyx. I think I'm saying it wrong. I'm sorry if I said or butcher your name. I'm so sorry about this, but this is Amethyx with the whole best new manga on the whole Astral thing. And the other animes that he mangas that he recommended, so thank you for that. Like, share, follow, comment to him, and all that great stuff. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. And keep working at it. Good video. Good job. I know some of you have a hard time understanding what he's saying because of his thick Indian or Hindu accent. I think it's Hindu. But don't get discouraged. You can understand majority of what he's saying. I know sometimes some of the enunciations can be a little hard.
Good video, bro.
But I'm pretty sure with more time, more practice, it'll be much easier to hear him. And after a while, when you hear someone for a while, you get used to how they're talking. So it won't take too long if we do more video. If he does more videos and we run to them, we'll definitely do more. So yeah, good video. See, awesome job, bro. So hope to see you again, and I'll say you subscribe. There you go. Go subscribe at me. So you have 470 now. Aha! Look at that. So with that said, see you guys in the next one.